Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Y'all know what time it is, and you know what to do. Let's get it. Mic check done. Let's get it.
Time for the Blunt Ratings. If this is your first time tuning in, this is how the Blunt Ratings work. We take each show and break them down into 5 categories: matches, promos and backstage segments, storytelling, commentary, and the crowd. For each category, each show can get up to 5 blunts. The average score of those 5 categories stands as the official Blunt Rating. Those are the rules. Now let's get right into tonight's edition of the Blunt Ratings.
We want the smoke.
Talk to him.
We want the smoke.
Uh-huh.
We want the smoke.
Come on, Charlie. Hey, you know what time it is. It's time for the Blunt Ratings. Time for the Blunt Ratings. What's going on, y'all? It's Friday. No, it's Saturday, actually. We're going to talk about a show that happened on Friday. That show being Friday Night Smackdown, live on Fox. Yeah, man, it was a show. There was definitely some highlights, and some lights that we've seen before, and some more lights that we've seen before, and some, I don't want to call them low lights because it wasn't like they were bad. It was just like we seen it before. And there was some bad stuff too. We're gonna talk about it all. Y'all know the rules if you're watching, man. We start with promos and backstage segments, as always. Yeah, so you guys let me know what your favorite part of the show was when you when you jump in the chat or whatever, and I could figure out what y'all was thinking of the show as it took place. So the show opened up with Sonya Deville coming out talking shit, basically about Naomi, as she always does, talking her shit. Then Adam Pearce came out and said, hold up. Yeah, if you interfere in the match later tonight, that match being Naomi versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's title, then you may be getting fired, champ. And that was directly from Mr. McMahon, who wasn't taking a liking to her abuse of power. Go figure, the fucking irony. But anyways, yeah, so that brought Naomi out. She was laughing and giggling because she was like, you can't do shit to me. Smacked the shit out of Sonya and just stood there laughing. Yeah, so good opening segment. Still putting Naomi over, smart baby face, good baby face, whatever. The next segment was kind of weird because we had Los Lotharios cut a promo before their match with Big E and Kofi Kingston, because they can't be called the New Day. I don't even want to get into that. That's something for the news. But Los Lotharios is no longer Los Lotharios. They are now the Lethal Lovers, and they have a kiss cam where they kiss people on the cheeks, and just waiting on the case to happen. I hope those are consented kisses because you never know in this climate. Motherfuckers just be lying and making accusations about anything. So you might want to, make sure this is safe. But Lethal Lovers are now what Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza are going by. So who fucking knows where that's going to go. The Usos beat up the Viking Raiders backstage at 1.2. Roman did a sit-down interview, which was awesome. Excuse me. He said he was going to Goldberg. He said that if he was at WCW back in the day, and that shit wouldn't have folded because, he's Roman Reigns. And, just taking all kind of shots at everybody like he does in his smug, condescending tone. And it's always awesome. Who else? Oh, we had the Insane podcast with Sami Zayn. He was interviewing Shinsuke and Bugs, which is, why don't you interview somebody you like one time? Just interview somebody that you actually get along with. I guess he's not going to do that. But this turned into a melee, not really a melee. At one point, Bugs went to grab one of the microphones and got shocked by it. That was fucking weird, on some Hulk Hogan trying to set Ultimate Warrior on fire type shit. Like, what the hell are you, what the hell was that? Is he supposed to be hurt? Like, did you send a shock through the microphone? Was it a stat? I don't know what happened, but it was dumb. But we also got a haluva kick to Shinsuke's face. Setting up their match that they're going to have in Saudi Arabia. No. Are they going to be in Saudi Arabia? I think no. I think it's gonna be on SmackDown. I don't think it's gonna be in Saudi Arabia because Sami Zayn. You know what I mean? Obviously. So, um, yeah. So when they have their match at SmackDown, I'm assuming. I think it's next week. Yeah, it's next week. Actually, it is on SmackDown. So that should be a good match. And Lord Jesus, please give Sammy this belt because what the fuck has Shinsuke done with it? I'll answer nothing. Zero. Zilch. Absolutely nada. So no need for him to keep having the belt. Just put it on Sammy. Sammy's entertaining. We also saw Johnny Knoxville like desecrating some Sammy memorabilia and shit. Like I guess they're keeping that storyline going. So that was interesting. We had Madcap Moss in the doctor's office. He was talking to Corbin at first. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna go get my match canceled, player. So you're on your own tonight. I'm gonna go talk to some people so I can get up out of this shit with Drew." Then he was in the doctor's office and Drew showed up with the sword. The doctor was like, "Close your eyes," and then when he opened up, Drew had the sword in his face. He was like, "You sure you want to cancel the match?" It's like, "Because if you don't, I'm going to kill you." It's like, wait a minute, this is you can't do this on TV. You just threaten that man's life on TV if he didn't give you what you want. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. You can't. Drew McIntyre is supposed to be a babyface. He's like the Scottish psychopath. Is definitely something that he's living up to at this point. I know it's the Scottish Warrior. Somebody called him I'm calling him a psychopath because he's a fucking psychopath holding swords to people's necks. I hope you don't slip and drop that shit on somebody's foot one day. Just like, oh shit, oh. Worst case scenario. What else do we have? We had the Goldberg interview. Which capped off the promos and backstage segments. He was basically like, I'm gonna beat Roman. He says he's gonna Goldberg, but there's only one Goldberg. It was standard promo from Goldberg. It wasn't terrible though. Michael Cole threw shade like, "Yo, bro, shouldn't you be retired at this point?" That's how he started the interview. Like, "Bro, nobody wants to see you wrestle ever again. Why are you here?" I was like, "Yeah, Michael Cole, speak for all of us." Oh man, what's up, kid? Get buddy, Wild Nation in the building. You already know what it is, man. So yeah, I thought the promos and backstage segments were decent. I thought the opening segment with Sonya and Naomi was probably the most interesting thing to me. Sami Zayn is always slightly interesting. Madcap and Corbin and Drew, I don't really care about this. It's like everybody involved is talented. I just don't really care about it. But Goldberg did a decent promo. So I gave promos 3 bunts. I mean, that's the best I could do there. Matches, we had 4 matches. Some good wrestling, you know what I mean, towards the end of the show. The first match between Lethal Lovers and Kofi Kingston and Big E, because apparently they can't be called the New Day since Xavier's not there for some. It's weird, but I don't know. Natalya beat Aaliyah. This is not 50-50 booking. It's 25-75 booking, but it's how to ruin a build that you've done over the last month. Why did Aaliyah not win this match? So Aaliyah's been winning by shenanigans, weird roll-ups, and all kind of crazy shit. 3.17, say what the fuck ever, and then they actually have a real match, and Natalya beat her ass. Like, so Natalya was better the whole time. Hey, way to build a star. They're idiots. They're fucking idiots. Xia Li came out after that, and I don't even know what she is at this point. The character was cool. Then they gave her some cheesy lightning strikes on her intro that looked like terrible CGI, and it was just like, what is this? She's a comic book character? Oh, okay, it's not working. Whatever they're doing, she already doesn't really talk like that, and I don't know when she's gonna come out and make a save, and when she's not. That's her whole gimmick, is she saves people who need saving, I guess. I don't fucking know. But yeah, then we had some good wrestling because we had Baron Corbin going up against Cesaro. We know Baron Corbin won because Cesaro don't win shit. And then we had the main event with Naomi going up against Charlotte. And they got a lot of time. They wrestled for like 15 minutes, man. It's like they got a good amount of time. Match was good, back and forth. Naomi kept going for that rear view. She definitely know how to use that ass, boy. God damn, because that's a lot of ass. And she need to let Charlotte borrow some. Now that I think about it, she could just let Charlotte borrow 10% of that ass. Charlotte be doing way better. But yeah, they had a really good match. Charlotte ended up winning with the natural selection. She didn't get the figure 4 leg lock on. She hit it with the natural selection to win. But then Charlotte started beating her down. Sonya came out and, start helping. That's when fucking Ronda Rousey came out and made the save. Got Charlotte up out of there. And then they set a match for next week. They're gonna have Charlotte and Sonya going up against Naomi and Ronda Rousey. That's a fucking lit ass tag team match for the women's division. I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of fire. If only they can get the other shit right, like the Aaliyah and the Xia Li. Natalya, man. Natalia's still really good though. Like as far as her in ring prowess, like she's still one of the best. So it's like you gotta have her in there, but it's like storylines be so ass when she's around, and her promo ability and talking ability is just so stilted and boring and just like I don't know. I was really interested in Aaliyah, and then I just feel like they just buried her, in that fast. So matches were whatever. I gave them 3.25 blunts. Probably a little liberal with that score. Probably could have been more like a 2.5, 2.75, but we'll go with 3.25 for matches because of the main event being as good as it was. As far as storytelling, now I did like the whole Vince McMahon coming saying Sonya couldn't abuse her powers no more. She couldn't lay a hand on Naomi, blah, blah. And I love the fact that Naomi took advantage of that because she's been getting taken advantage of. So I like that she took advantage of the opportunity and came out and smacked the shit out of Sonya Deville, smacked the taste clean out her mouth. So I'm enjoying this storyline. It's long-term booking. They've been doing this storyline for like 3-4 months, it feels like. So it's long-term booking. This is the best we gonna get. It's not really like, oh, can you guess what's gonna happen next? It's not like anything like that, like a Hangman Page, Kenny Omega storyline or some shit. This is just like they've been figuring out ways to, mainly they just been having the same match over. They just keep repeating themselves. So I don't even know if you can consider it long-term booking, but they've been feuding for a while at this point, so it is what it is. Roman and Goldberg's story is, they're trying to make me care. I don't really care. Roman is really good at making me care about things I don't care about, just with his smugness or whatever. But yeah, his storyline is all right. It's kind of just rushed out, obviously, until we get to Roman versus Brock at Mania. Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville are probably going to wrestle at WrestleMania, right? I'm assuming we're going to get a match between the Intercontinental Champion. That's why they're going to put a belt on Sami because they're going to have some kind of feud at Mania with Johnny Knoxville. And that makes sense. You got to have some celebrity at WrestleMania. They always do. It's Texas Stadium. It's going to be massive. So, looks like that's what we're going to get. I wouldn't imagine it being after WrestleMania that they do anything with this. The Drew McIntyre, Madcap, Corbin shit, ain't really feeling that. Los Lotharios, New Day, wasn't a whole lot going on SmackDown as far as the stories, honestly, so I gave 2.5. It was what it was. And yeah, just to polish off the last two categories, I gave commentary a 3.25, standard night for those guys, nothing crazy. And I gave the crowd 3.5. Decent energy from the crowd, but they didn't have a lot of new stuff to cheer for, honestly. We've seen Los Lothar, the Lethal Latin lovers, Latin Lethal lovers who like licorice. I don't fucking know. I don't. So yeah, it was a final score of 3.1 blunts, which is barely the bottom of the barrel when it comes to silver blunts. So it was a decent show, a watchable show, but it's a show that I pretty much seen before from SmackDown, so it wasn't anything new really. Wasn't nothing new. Wasn't like finally got the blow off with. No, we didn't get the blow off because there's a tag team match next week, so we still working on the feud with Naomi and Sonya. I'm assuming we're gonna get a WrestleMania match, a one-on-one WrestleMania match, which we should. There's no reason to build this story up like it is and have them do a tag match at Saudi Arabia for, obviously Ronda's going to be facing Charlotte, so I figure even if it's on the pre-show or something like that, it's a 2-night WrestleMania. It ain't got to be on the pre-show. So yeah, you have Sonya Deville going up against Naomi in her first official real match where there's nobody helping her and all that shit. You know what I mean? One-on-one with Naomi. And give Naomi the win, obviously, in that match, even though she got a win before. So yeah, it's a decent show, man. It's a decent show. Rampage was better. Rampage was okay. Rampage was pretty good too, but SmackDown was decent. 3.1 isn't a horrible show, or whatever. Yeah, she did. She slapped her for Camilla, right? She gave her. She was like, "This is for Camilla." Oh man, it's like, yeah, they got to do that at WrestleMania. That's the only way it makes sense, honestly, is to do that match at WrestleMania. Shit, I'm interested in what the entire card is going to be for WrestleMania because it's a 2-night WrestleMania, and they haven't really built up a whole lot of feuds. Maybe they'll just do 6 or 7 matches a night instead of 9 or 10 like it was last year or whatever and the year before. But yeah, it's I'm assuming we're going to get the Usos or the Viking Raiders at something like that for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Raw Tag Team Championships will probably be defended between RK Bro and Alpha Academy or somebody else in Alpha Academy. They really, 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 really need to consolidate those belts. They really, really need only one set of tag belts in WWE. For the women and the men. They don't even need them for the... Yes, they do need them for the women, but they don't even need them for the men. Yeah, so that's that. That's the show for today, ladies and gentlemen. Any questions? WrestleMania builds after this Saudi show. Yeah, but how much time we gonna have? I guess this is next week. Yeah, I guess 5-6 weeks to build to WrestleMania. That's a lot. I guess that's enough time to build some good feuds. You know what I mean? You could build a good feud, and some of them are already established. They just gonna ramp up on their way to WrestleMania. I don't really know. You know what I mean? Yeah, because Seth and Kevin gotta be fighting at WrestleMania, right? That's the story they telling there. So that's a match. Roman and Brock, obviously. Ronda, Charlotte, like I said. Becky and Bianca, obviously. We'll probably get a women's rumble, right? Some kind of battle royal for the women, a battle royal for the men's. All the any pay-per-view that's 5 to 6 weeks before WrestleMania always ruins it. Whether it's fucking I don't even remember all the names, Roadblock or whatever the fuck, all these pay-per-views that they would do 2-3 weeks sometimes before WrestleMania. Be like, why are you doing this? It's just you're giving away matches that we should be seeing at WrestleMania and fucking up the stories and having unnecessary matches. It's just all money grabs, but it is what it is. Yeah, man, I enjoyed parts of SmackDown, but most of it was kind of boring. I ain't gonna lie. I am looking forward to this Saudi show because the last Saudi show we got was fire. We can't even deny that. The last Saudi show we watched was fire. It was one of the best shows that they've done in Saudi Arabia. It might have been the best show that they've done in Saudi Arabia. So, I can't assume that they're just gonna mail it in since they're over there at this point. I feel like they're actually gonna put on pretty good matches when they get over there. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. Yeah, but I'll catch you guys on. We got to do predictions for 2 shows. Obviously, we got this Saudi show and we got AEW Revolution. we got to do predictions for. Yeah, stay tuned for that. Get to see the whole gang. Two-Face and Trav are gonna be doing the fucking Rampage blunt ratings whenever I can get one of them to record those. But as of now, yeah, I'm doing the Smackdown joint. So hopefully those guys can send in the Rampage blunt ratings so I can get those out to you guys as well. And we're trying to figure out some. I'm trying to figure out some different way to do predictions to involve you guys. Like some kind of outside contest outside of the Fatal 4-Way squad we got now. Figure out some way to have you guys compete for championships, Wild Nation prediction championships as well. So I got some ideas like turning in my head, some one-on-one, some tag teams. Like I got some cool ideas in my head. I'm always trying to think of different stuff to do. I love the new layout of the show. Hope you guys like it too. Obviously, as far as being able to throw everything up on the board and all that shit. So we got the layout solidified. That's all done. Now we just gotta start pumping out more content and coming up with new stuff to keep you guys entertained and interacting with us as we do these things. I miss doing the shows with the fellas, so we definitely the podcast is something that is vital that we're gonna be bringing back really, really soon. But I also want to be doing a lot of interviews. Like I want to be interviewing wrestlers and wrestling personalities. That's going to be one of my favorite things to start doing in 2022. I'm about to call one of my plugs when I get off the phone with y'all so I can figure out exactly how to get that going quickly here so I can start bringing you guys more content like that. So appreciate y'all for watching. As always, man, you already know what it is. Wild Nation Gang Gang. I see y'all on Tuesday. Watch the news from yesterday. Physics did the news yesterday, talking about Tony Khan and some of his shenanigans, and he'll be back on Monday with more news. I'm sure fallout from this weekend shows and talking about the premium live events and the pay-per-views that are coming up here soon. So until then, guys, catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to know when we go live next. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wrestling on We, and thanks for watching.